But perhaps the most important Golda Meir story, and it's actually the first chapter in my book. It's called A Voice from the Grave. When she died, I went as a private individual to her funeral. And she was buried on Mount Herzl. And as Begin and the government were filing away, I was just looking at the grave. There was a tap on my shoulder, and it was Lou Cadar, this French lady who was a confidant all her life. And Lou said to me, "Alan, please come back to the apartment for a drink. There's something I must tell you." So okay, we went back. And Lou was actually in a very happy mood, and she said to me, "Don't worry, don't mourn for Golda. She had a fantastic life." And then she told me something I didn't know. I knew Golda had cancer, but Lou said to me, "Alan, she was diagnosed with cancer 17 years ago and given only 3 months to live. That's why you don't have to worry for her." And one of the things that proved to me is what an iron will can do. Anyway, Lou poured me a glass of wine, and I said, "What is it you must tell me?" And she said, "Do you remember that BBC Panorama interview you did with Golda, in which she said to you, there is no such thing as a Palestinian? They don't exist." It was actually to me that she first made that statement. What she actually said was, there is no such thing as a Palestinian. It's not as though we came and took their land away from them. So I said to Lou, not only do I remember it, the whole bloody world remembers it, because she said it on film. It was from her own lips. And then Lou said this: "Golda promised me to tell you, but not until she was dead, that as soon as those words left her lips, she knew they were the silliest damn thing she had ever said." Now that, when I started to write this book, suddenly became very important. At the minimum, Golda was sending me a message from the grave that she wanted me to think she was not as deluded as I might have thought her to be. But I think there was something more profound. I think she went to her grave troubled by the injustice that had been done to the Palestinians. Because the Golda Meir I knew, and knew really well, was capable of looking at reality. And the reality, long before she died, was that the Palestinian regeneration of its nationalism was as much a fait accompli as the creation of the State of Israel. And I think the Golda Meir that I knew would have said to herself, faced the logic and said to herself, if they didn't exist, no problem. But if they did exist, my God, what have we done? Now, it's my personal opinion that Golda probably went to her great trouble. Now, my left wing, anti-Zionist Jewish friends say, "Alan, you're being much too kind about Golda. She was an unreformable war horse." And I say to them, you could be right, but I think I knew Golda Meir much better than you did. So I'll stick with my impression. Anyway, enough stories. Let's have some questions.